In this series, we have gone through the 5 pillars of Azure well-architected framework, and we started with a basic web app where we did an assessment. We went through what is missing. Then we went through the baseline secure architecture. We did a quick assessment of how it has improved from the previous one. We have talked about assessment before, but today we are going to talk about what really matters and when you should actually run a well architected assessment. And how do you actually implement the recommendations that come out of it? Because that's where the architecture maturity begins. First thing, the timing. You don't run a well architected or assessment tool randomly. I mean, you need to plan it, and you definitely don't wait for something to break. You run it meaningfully, with life cycle kind of a movement where you do it in iterations before production go live, definitely. And the major, if there are any major changes that you're implementing or you want to really scale, so in those cases you definitely need to run this assessment to have a good knowledge about your architecture overall. Not all workloads are the same, and the implementation strategy depends heavily on whether you are dealing with a greenfield or you are working in a brownfield with a vast infrastructure. So in a greenfield, workload is new, everything is basically you're starting from the scratch, so you have the flexibility. In that case, the well architected recommendations can be applied early. You can design for reliability, you can build proper networking boundaries and start from the scratch. This is where you run the WAF assessment at the very initial stage before you actually propose the solution. You can structure your monitoring strategy upfront, and you basically you're starting from scratch, so you have the flexibility to do everything just before you even start building. Greenfield is where you prevent technical debt, and planning early will make sure that you do not have a lot of it. But most real world systems are brownfield. They already exist and they already have users and a bit of infrastructure that's already being used. So in brownfield scenarios, you don't get to redesign everything overnight. You do a quick assessment, you create a remediation roadmap on how you can actually change things and improve it, and the roadmap is based on risk and business impact and not convenience, because changes will not be convenient anymore as things already exist. The implementation guide makes something very clear. You should categorize recommendations, understand severity, understand the impact of those changes, and also estimate effort. Some improvements are configuration changes, some improvements are architectural shifts, where you might even change the resources that you're using. Some require organizational changes in terms of governance, and you don't treat them equally. There's also another key principle: avoid overcorrection. Just because the assessment highlights 10 recommendations doesn't mean you drop everything and implement all 10 immediately. You align with business priorities, you align with budget, you align with risk tolerance. Architecture is about conscious trade-offs, not perfection. And here's something very important: accepted risk is different from unknown risk. If you decide not to implement a recommendation today, that's fine. Just park it, but document it, track it, and revisit it when you think it's the right time to just reassess your overall architecture. Because architecture keeps changing, you need to keep going through this loop. So you design first, you assess, you integrate, you triage, you implement and monitor, and follow the loop and reassess. And whether you are greenfield or brownfield, the mindset stays the same: continuous improvement. In the next video, we will look directly at the Azure's Architecture Center. We will go through a few examples. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.